3 hours. This is the first Age of Empires tournament. All right, relax. I just want to see what they do.
Yep.
So what is this? Grand final. Wait, this is 3 hours long, best of 7. 720p. Fuck me.
The French in red. He's gonna have to pull out a trick to stop the Abbasids.
Wait, so it's Abbasid versus the French. Who's who? The Mista is playing French. Okay.
But he is the one that loves the Abbasid siege and infantry push the most. He's the one who said he thinks he has an answer to that.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing exactly what he's going to bring out today.
How long is this match? 2:30? Oh, it's like a 20-minute match.
So whether that means we're going to see a big scout play from him potentially in the second age to try and shut that down, whether we are going to see a fast imperial into Culverin to try and shut that down, I'm curious to see exactly what he goes for. But one thing is for certain, we are going to see a little bit of a boom happening on this map. This map obviously being killed.
He has one villager make a house and the mine.
A small entrance into that base. Very easy for him to wall. Down towards the south of his base, he's got the same thing as well as in the middle. So very small choke points for him to get into.
Oh yeah, this map.
Token. Over in Viper's base, we've got an entrance over here, which is guarded by a very large forest. And down towards the south of his base, guarded by a single herdable sheep. Another choke point, and then finally to the
yeah.
Again, a third.
I like
point.
this
So very
map.
simple. You wall these 3 bad boys off. You make town centers, you make villages, and you see your opponent in the Imperial Age or sometimes in the Castle Age, depending if they make battering rams or not.
Looking at the gold mines, those also seem to be fairly even. Both players have their major gold mine close to this crossing over here. A little bit more exposed for Mista, but in exchange for that, he's got more forests close to him on the lowlands area of this map.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a super duper balanced spawn here. Deer looking a little bit exposed in the middle of the map there for Viper, but other than that, I think it's pretty darn decent. Berry's gonna...
Wait, interesting. So, wait, really? He went with stone? So he made 2 fucking deposits that fast?
Kind of forward as well, but as
What
you
the
would expect,
fuck?
a lot of gold out there towards the center of the map.
Age
And
1?
once again, sacred sites towards the center of the map as well, so that one that is in the middle, as well as those 2 on the extremities. But take a look at this. Mista already dropping down at a mining camp on his stone.
No stone mining just yet from Viper, but it's very likely we're still going to see a double town center boom from him. He can, of course, delay stone mining. In fact, it's a little surprising that Mista is
double
going
town
stone this
center.
early.
True.
But Viper, of course, needs more
You
time
need
to get up
stone.
the feudal age with the House of Wisdom. In fact, he could pop that upgrade in a moment, most likely going up with the economy wink.
2 minute
Yeah,
30
so just to
age
talk about what the
2.
Mista is doing, so he actually helped me with my Abbasid.
Oh wait, no, they're
fast
different.
Town
Never
center
mind.
build order. He said that there is a
You
certain
do age
build
2
that
and you
can get
upgrade in that
where
thing.
you're able to drop a town center at 4 minutes 40.
Forgot boss
with
is
the Abbasid
different.
dynasty. And the same principle applies to all of these civilizations. And weirdly enough, it is to do with villager walk time. So what the Mista has done by getting these 2 villagers out here early is he knows that these villagers are going to be chopping stone a little bit longer, but he mitigates that walk time that is going to be expected as he now continues to gather
ever
more stone,
get a new
more villages.
mouse pad?
He's looking to make sure he's got that 300 stone in the piggy bank,
Comes at
and
this
then he's going to
point.
make sure...
Oh, we're watching a complicated ass game, dude. Any chance we're ever gonna get a new mouse pad? The old one is covered in cum stains at this point. I don't know, bro. I mean, eventually.
Puts up that wood and drops down that second town center.
He's going up with the School of Cavalry, so he might make 1 or 2 knights just to make sure he secures map control. But he probably won't invest a lot into his army as the walls are coming up for both players.
He is walling off in
Yeah, we do
age
continue
1
to see those walls coming up
on
as
a
early
20-minute
mentioned,
game.
and as a result,
Interesting.
You are typically going to see a boomier game here. So
That's
Viper
a lot of
gonna be
wood
dropping down
used.
his own town center as well shortly. We see he's now on stone, but I would expect to see Mista coming up a little bit earlier than his. But we'll have to see how these 2 play out.
It's like a 4.5 minute age 2 from French.
Viper actually getting a hit right there, saying, "See you, mate." Keeping a sheep for himself.
Poor
Damn.
little sheep, what he has ever done. Oh, it doesn't tell you you're a
How
monster.
much money
It's
was
like a
this
dead
for?
sheep,
20
but
grand?
That I can say to one Viper here. You monster for killing that.
You monster, Viper. But he's going to spot that one out. So let's talk a little bit about what he's done. So he's running into the base of his enemy. He's spotted that he's on stone, and he says, okay, you're on stone. You're walling up. That's fine. I know what you're going to do. He says, you're going to play fast castle. You're going to play 2 TC. That's okay. I'll meet you there.
2 TC fast
now we
castle.
sort of play the waiting game. How is this game going to unfold?
It is going to be a waiting game. The real question is what exactly Mista is up to, because we know exactly what Viper is thinking about. The bigger question is Mista's approach. Looking at Viper,
2 TC, isn't French's age upgrade the cathedral thing or the thing that acts as a town center?
he's a little low on
think
wood
so.
so he won't be able to drop the town
I
center
think.
immediately.
Unless he's
Whereas
making his
for
own
Mista,
individual
He's gonna
TC.
be a slightly slower.
Yeah, the
to
school
feudal age.
is
He's
like
gonna
a
have
second
resources for
TC.
immediately though.
Yeah,
Oh, is that
I'm curious to see
English?
How the Mista is going to play this one, whether he's going to be looking for some sort of potential.
I never make that building for French.
Play with regard to knights. I'm suspecting we're not going to see a single knight.
I
out of
never
him.
make that.
I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw some additional scouts from him and a mill getting dropped down eventually, so that he could bring those hunts in.
Wait, school of fucking cavalry from the fucking French give you Oh,
spot out that
that's
hunt in the middle of the
interesting,
map, and
man.
he's gonna say, you know what,
It's
that looks
not
kinda
a
juicy. I
second
might take that for
TC.
myself.
Oh, yeah, I
In addition
never
to that, he's
make
obviously
that.
got his own hunt that he can bring in as well, and
Nice.
this nice hunt sitting back here, very open. Going to be dropping down that second town center on that safe berry patch as well as that wood line. Feeling very good.
It's
about
the
himself.
meta. Oh,
Notice that he could delay his walls knowing that Viper is also walling up. He sees that Viper is walling, so he's like, okay, I don't need to rush my walls because there is no aggression coming.
Yeah, it's definitely a really important point because it's going to delay any town center.
makes
that you do try
cavalry
and put down.
50% faster.
Speaking of town center, Viper now dropping down his own town center. Looks like he stopped gathering up all of the
Isn't
stone.
French like the
At
best
moment,
right now?
Mista's sitting on 105 stone. Is he gathering up more? Oh my lord, is Mista doing it? Is he going for a triple TC with the French? Is that even legal?
Triple
It's a possibility.
TC?
An alternative is that you're just going a 2 TC boom and slowly pile up stone for a defensive keep, because a keep can hold off Springboard push quite nicely, especially if you got the boiling oil, because you can just use your villagers to take down rams after that.
That's a lot of town centers.
I never have used the boiling
More
upgrade.
than two. And Viper, he stopped gathering stone. He's going to be going up with the economic wing. Fresh food stuff's coming in for him as well. So he's going to have those cheaper villages and look to transition into a castle age. But by the same time, the Mista, not only having 3 TCs, but playing as the French, he's going to be having faster villager production as well. So now you got to think about this, right? This is 2 villages per 20 seconds. Over on Viper's
Two
side
wood
versus
walls.
3 villages. every
Interesting.
17 seconds? How long do these bad boys take to train? Are we able to check the town?
17 seconds in Feudal Age, and I think it goes down to 14 in Castle.
So we are going to have some serious villager production over here. They're going to be making babies.
And it looks like we have a second layer of walls coming in. And I think I'm thinking more and more with that stone being gathered is that even if you drop a third TC, which seems likely now with those resources,
Can
you still keep
Viper
some of your
beat
villagers
4
on stone.
players that
And
are
if you
like
remember the
Lirik?
border
I don't
bridge game,
know. Probably.
Mista actually went for stone walls and the defensive towers on it with spring lords. That could also work, stopping the aggression from Viper.
Really good point, actually. That's an incredibly good point.
His
actually.
APM is probably
Is that
insane.
potentially what we see? But now it looks like the Mista going to be dropping down that third TC down towards the south of his base. Gold mine going to be what he's prioritizing, and still not dropping off stone. Is this a 4 town center play?
Yo,
right
am
now
I
with a-
blind? Where is his third TC? How the fuck was he able to make that much?
God, there's
How
no
was he
way.
able to do
I'm not
3
gonna answer that.
TC?
Like, I was
Wait,
like-
3 TCs possible with no no units. You have to turtle up and just get a shit ton of wood and stone. Make no units. Wall off like he did.
Even 3
I
TCs is a
don't.
little
I
greedy,
feel like
but
I
what
would
if
never
it's
have
4?
gotten this many
Holy potatoes
resources to
is-
make 3
if
that
it's 4
fast.
TCs, I'm not sure how Viper is going to be able to fight that because
Yeah, we're watching the
of course,
Xbox
Mista will
event.
have no army, but Mista will have such a big economy that he can just spam whatever unit he wants and still win a battle.
What the heck are
This
we
is like
watching
pure
right now?
economy. I've
Who
never
would've
heard of
thought
3 TC in
that the
H2.
6th game, match point of the grand finals of Genesis, the EGC TV $20,000 Age of Empires 4 tournament, that you would see the Viper potentially losing to a 4 TC boom.
And if this is the
This
answer,
is
we
interesting,
have
man. I've
the
never seen this
Man-at-Arms,
before.
Spearman, Springboard push.
Plays so
I'm just gonna
different.
be so disappointed. I was thinking about something super interesting, something super cheesy, surprising, and then it's like I'm just gonna boom on 7 TCs and win.
No, it is. Think about this, okay?
And then
Think about this.
second
He's
age
got 4
stone
TCs,
towers.
right?
Oh
If he
my
has 4 TCs.
god.
He's actually going for stone walls right now. A lot of villages on this stone. But if he goes for 4 TCs, okay, think about how many villages.
You know,
he
I
can
would
make.
never play like
He's making
this.
4 villages every 14 seconds, right?
But this is
You can
also
just
the grand
suicide
final.
Villages. You get your textile upgrade. Yeah, that's fine. You want to push in? Here's 50 villages. Go for it. And you go and burn down all those springalds, and then you just rebuild them in 6 seconds because you're France.
I don't think I
Look
would
at the
do this
stone
in a
wall, however.
pub.
It's not even just to completely wall off his base. I think it's just for towers.
It is. This is beautiful. This is artwork right now. We are witnessing right now the pinnacle of Age of Empires meta developing right before our eyes.
You still gotta consider something though, and that's very, very important.
Wow.
You need to have some sort of palisades in front of these stone walls, because as much as Viper is able to make springboards, he can also make siege towers right at the beginning. And if he gets on top of the wall, he's gonna have the wall advantage and not Mista.
Yeah,
that's
I've
actually
never
a really good
used
point.
siege towers,
We
but
able
no
to
one
check
ever
from the
uses
perspective of
those
Viper. We
in
see
like
running
any of
towards the
the
north.
online
How far does
games I played.
that scout actually extend? So go head back over to the base. Yeah, I'm curious to see how far this goes up. It actually looks like it's got a pretty decent line of sight on it. He may have been actually able to spot out those walls. Does he spot? Oh, let's go. He spots out the first segment. Does he spot out the second segment though? Because that's going to be the giveaway. He does spot out the second segment. So maybe he looks at that and realizes, hold on a minute. He thinks I'm going to go for a springled timing push. I'm going to add a town center behind it, and I'm going to go for 3 TCs.
What the
got the battle of the
fuck,
brains right now,
bro?
Lyrical. We have
This
got
is a
the
bad
battle
game
of
to
the
watch. It's an
Such a
opening
nice
that gets
reaction from
ultra
Viper.
countered.
He's like, okay, he knows what I'm going to do, so he's got the
Yeah,
appropriate
but
defense
whatever.
against it.
I'm
There's a
so
stone
curious
wall
how
tower.
they do this.
think
I
he's
would
gonna
never
go
play
close
like
to potentially
this.
45 with a
It's just
springboard,
interesting.
But this bad boy is pretty sturdy, 3000 HP, and as you said before, it does have a springboard by default.
Yeah, how much stone does that bad boy cost? I'm
But
curious.
that's also
What
why
do we
they're
call them
good.
bad boys? 200 stone on that. How much is it for a springled emplacement on a tower?
The
It's
Mongol versus
125
Rust
stone,
match
yeah,
is way
125
better.
stone. So probably more effective. It's 225 to get them fortified. So probably more effective to just go for the standard outpost. But one thing to note, he is going to be running out of stone very shortly. He's got the single stone mine in his base. Obviously dropping down the 3 TCs. He's invested quite a lot of stone into it. He's got a couple more walls up as well. And
TC
I
is
tell you
just
what,
wood and
I am,
stone, right?
I'm enjoying this match quite a lot right now.
It's an interesting switch after seeing all those intense, very aggressive games, and that's what we associate with Age of Empires 4.
18 minutes?
Minute
Oh.
3, or the Spearman pumping out, burning docks, and now we are at the 12-minute game, and everybody's just sitting behind 15 layers of various walls. I'm not gonna lie, Mista's base looks extremely ugly with all these buildings scattered around, but if it works, he's gonna be happy with it.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one. This is not the prettiest base. I've seen a lot of beautiful bases. This is not one. Mosk going to be coming up now for Viper, going to be looking to secure control of these sacred sites, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that Mista's economy is going to be sufficient to take him up to the Imperial Age, look to push out here, and he could actually push out if he just makes
This
full
is pure
Imperial,
economy, like
full
no one's
upgrades
got
for
any
elite
battle
Royal
units out.
Knights. I don't know how Viper would deal with that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Unless he
That
had
Viper
like
has
3
working for him.
spearmen.
Of course, camels
Okay.
are in theory an option.
Age
but I've
3,
seen a Hera
12
versus,
minutes
I'm not even
in.
sure who he played, but Hera actually played 4 camels versus 4 knights, and he died really badly. He said that the camels feel very underwhelming, and I'm fairly certain they will struggle quite badly against fully upgraded elite royal knights.
Yeah, and take a look right now at Viper's macro. It looks like he is saving up to go Imperial himself. So will we see a potential, or there's a Springald coming
What's
out
also
right now.
interesting though is Viper's gonna win this. So to me, like, I'm curious how he gets into this base.
For Viper, but I suspect he knows exactly that he's just having a bit of a laugh at this point.
Because he's
are we
so
gonna see
defensive.
hand cannoneers come out in response to this from Viper?
That would be a great unit, in fact. Hand cannoneer with some sort of mist shield is just an ideal composition for him. I love how Mista is hiding the scout inside the stealth forest, knowing exactly what Viper brings on, and he knows exactly that Viper has a couple of spears with a springald, and that's it.
Yeah, so
Spears
taking
and a
look from Viper's
springald.
perspective, I'm thinking, what does Viper do in this position? How does he play?
Wait,
So,
what the
number one,
fuck? You can
he
hide
needs to
your
get out of
scout
that, which he's
there?
doing. He needs to make sure that he gets some form of.
They
very
lose vision
disappointed
in that
scout going
area?
down
Oh,
right
I
there
never
after his
knew
horse
that.
gets impaled with a very
Lol.
large harpoon. So number one is he needs to get out of the map. He's doing that. Number two, he needs to get a foothold outside his opponent's base. So I'd love to see a castle sitting right outside the base. Now, you probably don't want to put it too close to the base. Maybe even in the middle of the map.
It's
just outside that
obvious who
sacred site
wins. Yeah,
that
it
is
is
spawned in the
obvious.
center. And number three, he needs to be thinking about the Imperial Age himself. He's got 1,800 food at the moment that's stacked up. The Mista not
Damn.
yet aging up behind this. How many villages is he on?
Mista is at the 96 right now, and the Viper is sitting at 78. So Viper is not that much behind, but that's a fairly decent lead for Mista. Neither Viper nor Mista are imping just yet, though.
Yeah, no imps coming out.
Now
just yet,
he's
but we do
getting
see that
all
castle
his,
getting dropped down right outside the sacred
military
site, as
buildings
I had
up.
alluded to. So it's almost like Viper is listening to me cast right now. Not
Dude,
really.
that scout
There's
is
a,
so
there's a 1
good.
minute
That
delay, so he's,
positioning,
of course,
holy
in the
shit.
future to our cast. But take a look at what he's securing up now. He's looking to secure this other stone mine that is right here next to him.
He's also securing the hunt this way.
Dude,
He
I
has the scout
never
of the
get
Mista, so
stone.
no more
Holy
information
shit,
for
bro.
that
I
player.
feel like
Viper's
I
also
hate
spending investment
gathering
towards the
stone.
berries, which is a very, very nice food source for him, and it looks like his Imperial Age ClickUp will be delayed by lack of gold.
Yeah, not a real significant amount of gold. He's obviously got plenty of gold still in his base at the moment, but he wants to begin diversifying. It's so important for him to be able to do that. We take a look in his
This will
base,
be
check
done
out
by
what
the
he's actually
Xbox
got back
event.
there.
Relax.
He needs to keep these golds safe. So his initial gold is gone, but he's still got 7.5k and 3.9k on these two golds. He wants to keep these back here just in case he loses at the front, and that's why he's got all these villagers forward right now and beginning to get out on the map. Now, speaking of out on the map,
Oh,
capturing the sacred
shit.
site here. I'm curious, have we got any relics that have been picked up just yet? For
Wait,
Viper?
did anyone win by getting all
Viper
3
has been moving
sacred
out the
sites
for
during the
once, and
finals?
Indeed, there is already 2 relics for him going for the sacred site. He's trying to force Mista to make a move before Mista is ready.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Mista wants.
Oh,
Viper to do.
good,
He wants
good,
him to
good.
just sort of, hey, you know, you set yourself up, that's fine. I've got something prepared. Mista going absolutely ham as well. If we take a look at the military count at the moment,
He's trying to get
looking
him out.
very healthy, sitting up on 19 with 108 villagers, getting plenty of farms up as well.
Crossbowmen and knights.
Arbaletier with the extra melee armor is already in for
Oh
him.
no, lancers.
Going to be a very powerful unit on the battlefield. Although he's gonna need something more against the spearmen because arbalests are mostly good against heavy units, not light units.
Those look
the
like
spears.
upgraded spearmen.
Yeah, that's a great point. And towards
Yeah,
the
those
north
are
of the map, it looks like
scouts.
did we have a castle going up towards there as well? Or was I seeing things? I might have been seeing things. We'll take a look
Viper?
from Viper's perspective. What is that?
Viper just has the sacred sites and he's getting the 3rd one, so from this point on, the countdown begins for the sacred site victory, and you see that he just wants to know when and where Mista leaves his base. He's spamming outposts
Ah.
everywhere. So when Viper gets this sacred site, a 10-minute countdown for a sacred site victory will begin, and if Mista cannot neutralize at least one sacred site, then Viper is going to take the game.
Oh shit.
26 minutes, 35 seconds. Write that one down, ladies and gentlemen. Put it on your calendar. I'll meet you back here then. because that is when our timer is going to be running out for the sacred site. So Viper going to be looking to secure up these ones. Now, keep in mind, he's not really looking to win the game with this one. He is just coming out on the map, securing these up, and we've got ourselves our first engagement of the game.
And they
as
fucked
a
them
few
up.
Spears look to take down
There's
their
some
counterparts
upgraded ass
over on the
spearmen.
opposite side of the map. Viper now in the middle of the map here. Going to be laying down 3
Dude, the
siege
fucking macro
workshops,
is
and the Mista has
insane.
got himself a little bit of a timing window right now because Viper is heading up to the Imperial Age. He's prepared all of his resources, but take a look how many he's got in the bank right now.
The way Viper
I
spread
don't know if I
out
feel
and
that good
conquered
about
all
Viper's
of the
position.
map is
He's got
sick.
a lot
Is
of
fucking
resources, but
sick.
he doesn't have a lot of units coming out yet.
He has
Oh
so
my
much
goodness,
vision.
You just said that Viper isn't going for the win there. He's walling up the north, only palisades for now, but he just wants to wall off those sacred sites. And now it's only 9 minutes for the Mista. If we get some castles up on those key positions, Mista could be in a significantly troublesome spot. He's still in Castle Age, and Viper is an Imperial. Mista
It's
isn't even going up.
720p.
This is the way Viper
Of
could win a
course.
$20,000 AoE 4 event in the decider game.
He's actually going for it. He's walling up these sacred sites like it's nobody's business. I
What
mean,
the
granted, they're only
fuck?
palisades, but he's trying to hold them. And now going to be taking out the first outpost, looking to expand out towards the middle here.
Now
And
he's
Viper's
trying to
lead
get
beginning
out,
build, sitting at around
expand.
500 points. Mista finally getting in wheelbarrow at 18 minutes. A little bit of a delay that he's going to help out with his farmers. And Viper sitting on
200 pop
units
cap,
at this point
18
in time. Going to be
minutes.
taking out the first villager. Mista up on 112, so very, very close to villager numbers for these players, and a lot of scouts out right now. This is going to be a very effective counter for those Springalds, but keep in mind, there's not a lot of Springalds out, and I think
Wait, the
Mista was kind of
scouts are
expecting
good against
a little bit more-
Springalds? The
A little bit
fuck?
more Springalds, but look at all these spearmen.
It's the perfect unit composition. Crossbows struggle quite badly against the spearmen, and there is Mangan also take down the crossbows. If you just look at the army numbers, it also looks quite promising for Viper. Mista at 54,
Oh,
Viper
for
at
vision?
66, and it's only 8 minutes away from victory.
And keep in mind, Viper is up in the Imperial Age right now. Mista is fighting for his life against Imperial elite spearmen. Bombards coming out as well. 3 big bombards sitting out the front. And Viper
shit.
now looking to take an engagement here. He's got to be careful. These knights going to be moving through between the 2 spears. As the spears now move back towards the bombards, get a pretty decent surround as the scouts get on top of it. They're going to try and focus down that bombard. There's no villagers out for them, but it looks like he's actually going to be picking apart the units. The Arbitria on the front line going to have a difficult time. They've got that extra melee armor going to be helping them out.
All
but it's
those
not gonna be
scouts got
enough to
taken
be
out.
able to hold on right now as Viper looks like he might be going in for the victory here. Keep in mind, we are on match point right now. Viper is up in this series 3-2. If he wins this game, he wins this series, he wins this tournament, and he goes on to be the very first victor of the Genesis.
What the fuck?
first
That
Asian
tower
Empires
shoots
4 S-tier
cannons?
tournament.
Mista is through the worst. He actually neutralized the sacred site, so at least he's no longer on a timer, but he's stuck in Castle Age, and you see Viper already has 45 towers with cannon emplacements over here. It's going to be a very
Damn.
difficult fight from this point on for Mista.
Viper looking incredibly strong at the moment. I remember
You can
asking a little
upgrade
bit
them to
earlier in
have
the stream, what did you
cannons.
guys think the score was going to be? I remember you came in and you said, Lirik, you said 4-2 to the Viper, and it looks like we may indeed have a 4-2 to the Viper. He looks to continue to show up his
Is
position
Viper
as he pushes
considered
into
the
base of his
best
opponent.
AoE player?
And really, the fact that his scout spotted that single stone wall was really what gave this game away. We saw the immediate reaction from him. He drops down a 3rd town center, and he looks to keep up in villager count with his enemy. He does that. He heads to the Imperial Age. He gets the bombards out, and tell you what, bombards absolutely destroy
that fucking
these
keep.
stone tower defenses.
Viper once again has the sacred site back, so even if Mista holds this, he's gonna have to launch a counterattack, but this just feels extremely difficult. He's still stuck in Castle Age, and I feel like we could see the end of Mista soon.
I definitely feel that may be the case. Viper really looking to get in and do some damage. Mista trying to distract him and say, hey, come away from my base. Come away from my base. I have things back there that I need. You shouldn't push my base. But now we see those elite spearmen continuing to push in.
Oh,
What kind of
shit.
upgrades have we got on these bad boys? Have they got their +3s out just yet? Those are men-at-arms. We've got men-at-arms out now as well getting in the mix, but we've got the +3 melee upgrades. The crossbows on the back line are going to try their best to get in on it, but it's not going to work. Viper looking like he will seal the deal right now. As
Dude, he
pushes
just,
in with
like,
his bombards, and
instantly
Viper takes the
conquered.
victory. He's crowned the victor of the very first S-tier Age of Empires 4 event, winning Genesis and taking the game by storm.
Absolutely
Damn,
amazing performance
bro.
for him. Just the way that he could react to the build that Mista was doing in here. Mista thought he had an answer.
I feel like the fucking defenses that Mista had was fucking ridiculous, man. He walled off so much, and then he just got countered so hard by the upgraded spearmen and the bombards. Dude, that was like, yeah, what the fuck? I feel like there was so much effort in that build, double walling, both sides, turtling, but Viper just, yeah, Viper had way more map control and then pushed the fuck out and just, like, countered him completely. He did all that, but it was weird. He had 3 TC, that much shit going on, and didn't have that many units at the end of the day. And despite turtling, Viper was able to get to age 4. So it was age 3 units fighting age 4 units after that turtle. I think, I don't know, maybe Viper just took, he just pushed up at like the perfect time. He knew that Mista needed like 5 more minutes probably to focus on age 4 units. Despite that shit, that's fucking crazy, man. His macro is ridiculous. Mongols always superior on resources early game. Yeah, but that was French versus Abbasid. He was expecting an early rush. See, that's a lot of like RTSs, instantly knowing like how the early game build is, then knowing how to quickly counter, like knowing the strat they're using. I fucking suck balls at understanding with that. Like if I scattered and I was like, what the fuck, this guy's using stone? Fucking noob. But no. I don't know. It's like, oh fuck, he's doing the alpha S3 strat because he's on stone. Like, it's like he instantly, Viper scouted the stone and noticed age 1, he had already put up 2 mining deposit areas, or mining camps, and knew there was going to be something going on. The thing is, these matches are so tiring. The other dude played like 10 games in a row. Best of 7 is a dumb format. Age of Empires can get kind of tiring in regards to you find a rhythm, but the early game of AoE can be very slow sometimes. For sure, for sure. The timers, I feel like the pickup pace compared to a StarCraft, the units are slower in Age of Empires, for sure. StarCraft is like putting the YouTube video from 1 to like 1.4, and then you have StarCraft unit speed and like resource gathering. You think it's double? AoE 3 is quick?